How's everyone doing? Can everyone hear me in the back? All right, excellent. Well, like I was introduced, my name is Chris, and I work at UMass. I've been here for over 10 years in various capacities, but right now I oversee purchasing and marketing for auxiliary enterprises. And we oversee the dining commons, catering, the hotel, where you're sitting right now. So like Joe said, we've had a fairly long relationship. Started a little bit before my time. But I can tell you right now that it's working very, very, very smoothly. Joe is very humble when he says that there's a cutoff. There's really no cutoff. They could be at the dock and say we need more potatoes. We'll go back. I mean, it's really that easy to do. So it's really made our jobs easy. Another thing that's made it happen is the insurance. Obviously, smaller farms really can't afford the insurance that UMass requires the liability insurance to serve UMass. Joe takes that worry away. He covers enough insurance, so if there's a smaller farmer that can't do business with us, Joe buys the product from the smaller farmer, and then we can basically use their product, which kind of makes the topic that Joe just mentioned even more important because he's getting whacked for doing us a favor. So if you can help, write letters, do whatever you can, because the farmer shouldn't be penalized for this. It's just really ridiculous. So anyway, so Joe is one way that we get local produce, value-added products to campus to the tune of about $300,000. There's definitely a lot more that we can do. Obviously, there's a short growing season. UMass is in session from September to May, and there's not always enough product available. So one of the things that we're trying to work on, and Joe didn't mention this, but to extend the growing season. So that basically means freezing product and using them during the winter months. This is very early stages, but this is something that we want to try for this fall and see how it works. So like broccoli, carrots, maybe even some fruits, strawberries, blueberries. Joe mentioned that he has an IQF process, which is pretty good up until now. We just freeze. We've frozen just berries, but they're just one giant block, so you can't really use them too much except for sauces. But that's been working out. So we're going to be working on that to try to extend the growing season. Just buy more and more. We're growing left and right. UMass Dining. We serve right now about 16,500 students on the meal plan, 40,000 meals a day. That's a lot of produce. Next year we're going probably around to 17,500 students. So that's even more produce. So we have a lot to look forward to with Joe. The second way that we get produce is from our prime vendor, FreshPoint, and they're located in Hartford, Connecticut, and we probably spend around $2.2 million with them. And that's generally because they offer produce year round, but they also have an excellent local farmers program, and we spend about $300,000 with them to source regional fruits and vegetables as well. So we do about $600,000 total annually, which I think is a pretty good step. But I think like Ken Toom always says, we can do better, and I think there's room to grow. So working with Joe, we're always trying to come up with different ways to increase the local spend, whether that's value-added products. He makes a great marinara sauce. He's working some butternut oil, the IQF products. So there's a lot there. The third way is with the student-run farm, which is actually a great program. I'm not sure if anyone here is aware of it, but it's actually a fully functioning farm. It's like a class on the UMass campus where students learn how to grow, plant, develop their crops, and also the most important part, which Joe doesn't like, collecting payment, making sure that things are paid on time. But like Joe said, that's very important because without getting the money into your farm, your farm's not going to run. And that's actually another kind of area that we could be improved upon. Farmers like to farm. They don't like to do paperwork. Paying farmers, especially smaller farmers, is really difficult sometimes because usually when we call, they can't accept credit cards. PayPal probably isn't in their vocabulary. And it's hard to kind of reach them because they're generally farming. So I think that can be worked on. I don't know if there are classes that could be offered. The kind of the back end part of farming, how to improve your relationships. But I think that would definitely grow business. If you make it easier to pay other than cash, I think that would definitely help. And then another way we get produce is from our permaculture garden. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with that. That's basically regenerating the land through using different types of plants and vegetables to refortify the earth. So we have a large permaculture garden over in Franklin Dining Commons. If you have a chance, I'd love you to go check it out. We have a small herb garden in Worcester, and we also have a permaculture garden over in Berkshire. And this is exciting news. We're working with the Chancellor's office. So the Chancellor's going to have their very own permaculture garden at the Chancellor's house. So we're just growing. It's great. And we're able to use some of that product back in the dining commons. And then lastly, we're working with a company that grows lettuce hydroponically right on campus. So we've been working with them the last 6 months, and they're not very good on invoicing either. So I actually have a meeting with them later this week to kind of go over the finances. But they have been they haven't given us product. They just haven't been paid yet. So we're working on that. But it's a great facility. It's right by the new greenhouses. If you ever have a chance, let me know. We can go down there and take a look. It's a really cool system. Yeah, so I think my time's up, but if you have any questions, I'll be right here, and I can help you out. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Chris. We will have time for questions at the end, so just write them down.